Three, two, one. Oh my God, we are on the YouTube. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to play the Arc Raiders, but first, let's invite our friends. We're gonna write our friends in the fucking place. Where is the stuff? I don't curse. You dumb dumb. Da 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 da. Ba ba da da da. Da. Boom. Whoopsies. Forgot to do the things. Things I'm supposed to do. Gotta do the stuff. Gotta do the things. Up, up, up. Ba da 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 da. Do do do. Boom. Nope. Next one. The short one is this one. Ba ba ba. Ba da 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 da. Uh, 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 Okie dokie. Alright, we're looking at the Facebook one, so we'll do that one first. Da, 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 da. Hello, Facebook. Meta. We love you, Meta. Oh my God. How much do I love Facebook? Alright. Probably one of the oldest customers ever. My Facebook is older than most boomers. Same thing with my Instagram. I think I started my Instagram the same time I started my Facebook, before they owned it. But we're here. We're live. We're playing some Arc Raiders, as you can see. Okay, so let's invite our little cousins. Not so little, but we need the Instagram. Okay, we're going to invite the Instagram peoples. Instagram is the one I use. I don't like TikTok. No matter what people say, oh, you gotta curate your stuff. Give me a break. I'd rather curate the boobies on Instagram. They come up without the music. Hello, Instagram. We love you. How are you doing? Okay. We're live. We're gonna play some of this. Okay? Let's get some music though. Okay? We're gonna add the YouTube to the lineup of the music. I need the metal. Something. Stella Montes. Damn. What do I got for the dam still? That's Blue Gate. Stella Montes. Spaceport. Nothing really. So they said that it should just be a night raid, right? You don't have to, it shouldn't have to do that. But why, like, I don't get. Whatever. Oh. Damn, staff room key? Oh, okay, so we're definitely going to the dam. I already got the key. You got a heal, got that, you got that. So let's try to get more of those. Okay. I got no more zappy grenades. I used them all on that. God damn. Hold on. Oh yeah, no, I come stacked with fucking some weird shit. Okay, I need more of those. Oh, I need more of those. Okay, ready, go. Rock and roll, baby. When you come in here, can you shut those? Yeah, please. Pretty please.
All right, here we go. You know what? This is how we do things in Funky Town. Oh, mama, mamacita.
Oh, I forgot to turn my controller on. Whoopsies. Whoopsie daisies.
Have your eyes adjusted to the dark yet, Raider? Loot is ripe for the picking while most of Toledo is asleep. Though my suppliers say that Ark is twice as vigilant after sunset.
Where am I going?
Go to Research and Administration.
Sure, I've been in there before. But it's always so far away. Yeah, we're going to the dome. Sounds like someone's there already. Oh, nobody? At least over here. Oh, what just happened? I'm sorry. My controller just died. There we go. Are you fucking kidding me? They gotta work on that. It's probably like that for a reason. They knew you were gonna like exploit it. What was I coming here for again? Oh yeah. So we would find that room. Da da da. Hey!
How's it going? Actually,
All right.
here, dude, I have an extra blueprint.
Oh, sweet, really? Could use those.
There you go.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. Nice. Thank you. Hey, the people are nice when you don't shoot them. Whoa! Hey! Oh, we got a lady. Not bad, not so bad. Get the room already? Yeah, they did. They got it. First, I guess this key's kind of common. Alright. Alright, let's just, regroup and take that. Take all the red. Whoa! Scared me. What's up? No, you're okay. I didn't mean to pull my cock out. Oh, I'm sorry. Got in trouble. Ready? You ready? You ready? This is the secret, super secret. Shebang. I don't know why I put the bridge down. I wasn't going to use it. Alright. Where the fuck am I?
Head home at the water treatment elevator.
Yeah, motherfucker. Eat that. Fucking C word gets everyone. Can't say nothing. Alright, I have that.
Didn't expect to see you until the job was finished.
Top of the control tower.
Nothing here to see, just box on rails. Raiders, take your speed. Watching you fire.
Put the controller on the charger.
Let's go to research and administration.
Not close, so. Soon as I jumped over, you saw that? They turned around. Suck my dick. Good night. late. Too late already. Oh, fuck. Suck my dick. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, I forgot my bombs anyway. I'm gonna keep that shit. Get out. Buddy, you're getting the goop, man. You're getting the goop. Alright, we don't need that. Keep that there. Anything else in here, man? That's worth a fucking while? No. Anything under the fucking benches? Because sometimes that'd be it. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's do this. Got Billy and Frostbite. Billy boy. Going home. We're going home.
Let me check the hatch. Stand by.
Hit it, Billy. Billy, Billy. Buddy. We got him. Ay, 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 ay. Blue way, blue way. What happened to my camera there? I don't know. Why did my camera like go? There we go. Didn't notice that, guys. All right. That was a good goof. We got a lot of good goof. Oh, yeah. Oh, 3? Level 3. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Got 2 Vita sprays. Vita, Vita. Oh, buddy. You got a Renegade. You got a Cloak. You got a Deadline. You got a bunch of good stuff. I like how the person just like closed the door. Like, yeah, we're good. All right, let's fill it all up, right? Go in and select some items. Can we make fucking ospreys? No, you can't make ospreys yet. Oh, you're kind of getting it kind of consistently there. Like all this dumb shit. No, not that. I still want to try to use that. That. Those. We need like a shit ton of those. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. We got a better grip for my boy. I might, for those. Okay. That's good, that's good. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, go, go, go. Okay. Geez. What do I got? Any more damn shit? Let's trench tower key. Go, go, go. See, it doesn't really fucking matter, just as long as it's a night raid. Or something. The fuck? The fuck? Hello. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, with your head, they're all.
I just logged in. I just hopped in right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought maybe I could get some better loot.
could hear him like a mile away. Okay. Whoa! Your voice changer scared me. Stop. Stop. No. Stop shooting.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm
Brother,
great.
I mean, that was
Okay.
hard.
I know. But you're scaring me. Your deep voice scared me for a second. I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't know. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. No, I'm missing a shit ton of blueprints. That's the only thing that I don't fucking get.
There's 2 of them.
Holy shit.
Grenades.
Ooh, showstopper. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
Got it, man. Well,
Alright, let's go. What did he give me? Oh, I have that shit. I'll just put it in the same pocket. Put it in the same pocket. Anything better than my current sitch? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay. I haven't seen the container. So
water treatment elevator.
Stand by for hatch. Initiated. Stand by. Hatch open. Elevator.
That son of a bitch. Take us home. I gotta play a quieter game. Laying down. No, you lay down. I'll get you an ice pop. Just lay down. Kids, and you have a loud voice, you live in a web venture company. hear it already.
Watch your backs, Raiders. The matriarch has been spotted near your location. Keep your wits about you if you decide to go anywhere near, and always keep a close eye on her children.
There it is. I knew I heard it. That's why I'm staying back. Yeah.
Trade you.
Got you, buddy. Alright, ready to hatch. Ready.
I gotta.
You're in luck. I just restocked the shelves and the charm. I added a nice pine scent to it, just for you.
Come on in.
Getting shield chargers too. God damn it. Still moving. Get it. Get it. Still moving. These things need better stuff, I think. Like, there's never any goop left.
Hold the door, hold the door, hold the door. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wait, we got one more.
One more. Let's go.
Excellent raid, gentlemen.
Nice. Thank you.
People sheltered in those camps back then. Used the outposts to send messages and keep an eye on the Ark movements. Nothing like now.
That have been.
That's really important. That is a really important point, and I'm super glad that he's bringing this up. Okay, see, that's what nails it for me. This part of the conversation, I don't hear from even CNN half the time. What he's saying right now is incredibly important.
We're talking about something very serious today. Throughout the video, you're going to see my shirt changes. It's not some...
All right, let's hear what Normie Jesus had to say.
Kind of like crazy, wacky, magic trick from America's Got Talent or anything. I actually filmed this video earlier this morning when the story first broke. It's the killing of Alex Preddy in Minnesota at the hands of border agents. And I made the video, but I was pretty heated and I wanted to kind of simmer down and take a break, so I went out before posting it. I just got home, and now even more angles and videos have been released that show beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is a 100% unjustified killing of an American citizen here. And it seems like the execution stems from them finding out that he had a gun on his person. His Second Amendment rights. In all of the videos that exist, there is not a single moment where he is reaching for the gun, brandishing it, threatening with it, or anything at all, and we have video that shows the entire interaction from start to finish. His name was Alex Preddy, a 37-year-old nurse who worked in the ICU at Minneapolis VA healthcare system, and according to the police chief, he is a U.S. citizen with no prior interactions with law enforcement outside of a couple of traffic tickets, and believed to be a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry. So for him to lose his life being shot multiple times by these agents, all because of him exercising his Second Amendment rights, which again, he wasn't trying to use as an intimidation tactic on the officers or anything like that. When they were beating him on the ground, pistol whipping him on the ground, they happened to see that he had a gun, apparently. He wasn't throwing it at them as like a threat or something, or brandishing it or anything. He simply had it on him, which he was well within his right to do, and he got murdered for it. This is completely unacceptable, and the drones that are somehow like parading around like this is some kind of victory or something is sickening. It should be viewed as treasonous by any real Americans when you see this footage. And they had the gall to say that Alex Preddy was like the instigator, labeling him a domestic terrorist I saw from a couple of places, claiming that he approached these agents with a 9mm. He approached them with a gun looking to start. But that is not true. In all of the videos you see, he has a phone in his hands. Not a gun in his hands, he has a phone in his hands. No sane person would ever mistake a phone for a gun. This is blatantly obvious what they're trying to do. And it's something they've been doing a lot recently. Trying to tell you that what you're seeing isn't real. Trust their words, not your eyes. That is completely outrageous, and people are willingly doing it. That's the craziest part. There are people that are like, oh, I saw he had his phone, but if they say it was a gun, well, that must have been a gun. I cannot believe we've reached this level of brainwashing. There are so many angles of this, and in every single one of them, you can see he has his phone in his hand, and at no point during this interaction did he ever, pull a gun on them or anything. And in fact, in one of the angles, you can even clearly see that the agents actually took the gun from him prior to him being shot. You can actually see what looks to be one of the agents disarming him, taking the gun out of its holster and running away with the gun prior to him being shot.
Does he show? Okay. I'm glad that Charlie's making videos like this. I really am, because he commands such a massive audience. He is very influential with such a massive audience, and I do think that there are still people even in his community that are like also Asmongold fans and shit like that. Like, no one in my audience is like, when they see something like this, they're gonna go, oh, I don't know if that's the case. This is why his perspective is, I think, more important than mine. You know what I mean? Even Philip DeFranco is not the same. Like, me and Philly D have a similar audience. Oftentimes, there's a lot of overlap. Charlie does have a very different reach, so I'm glad that he's standing up.
And if that wasn't definitive, there is something even more clear that I think is completely irrefutable for anyone that's actually looking. An agent takes Alex's gun out of its holster in front of the agent that pulls out his gun and shoots him. So he can see the gun has been taken out of the holster. And it is clear Alex Preddy has both hands on the ground. He does not have a gun in them. And an agent reaches in and takes it out of the holster right before another agent pulls out his firearm and shoots him in the back. Just in case you somehow missed it, look, the agent in gray has his hand on Alex's weapon, which is still holstered. It was never unholstered. This agent takes it out of its holster before he runs away with it, and the officer right next to him is the one that pulls out his gun and shoots him. And now I want to show you the clearest video that shows everything that happened here and how it doesn't go how the authorities are saying that it did. That was Alex Preddy you saw walk by the camera right there. He has his phone in his hand, and then with his other hand, his open hand, no gun in it, is waving cars through. There is clearly no brandishing of a firearm here. He is not approaching agents with a gun or anything like that, and you will never see anything even remotely close to that happen.
What the is wrong with you?
In this section, you can again see Alex Preddy has his phone in his hand, and now he's trying to get some of the civilians away from the worms that are now starting to push them. And then one of them got pepper sprayed, and then he got pepper sprayed as well. And when he gets pepper sprayed, you can see his hand shoots in the air like a student about to try and ask the teacher a question. It is a wide open palm. There's no weapon in that hand, and in his other hand is still the phone. There is no gun anywhere here. And now this is when he starts getting beaten by the multiple officers there.
People, what's wrong with you? Honestly.
I'm going to stop the video right here because this is when Alex Preddy gets shot to death. This subhuman coward, you can see, pulls out his firearm and shoots him in the back, and then shoots him multiple times after as Alex Preddy lies on the ground. You can hear one of the agents says gun, and that's when this brain-dead troglodyte pulls out his firearm and starts shooting into Alex while he was still surrounded by his boys, mind you. This is like the antithesis to all training that agents go through, by the way, to shoot into a suspect while still being surrounded by authorities, you're going to get your own people shot too, by the way, you unbelievable homunculus. So he immediately starts dumping into Alex because someone said gun. But the gun, from the other angles we can see, had already been taken away from Alex, out of his holster. You can see one of the other agents running away with it. But again, he was never brandishing this firearm. And as an American citizen with Second Amendment rights and a lawful gun owner by all available information, he was allowed to have that gun on his person. It is not grounds to execute a man because you freaked out and panicked because the guy you were beating and pistol whipping with 5 of your friends happened to be armed. He wasn't using it to try and like shoot anyone here or threaten them. They saw the gun and then this guy just freaked out and murdered him. Shot him multiple times. This is indefensible. Completely indefensible. And the fact that they even took him to the ground in the first place and started beating him, with one guy pistol whipping him, by the way. In other angles, you can see a guy just like pistol whipping him like he's trying to hammer a nail in with the...
What? I'm so confused by what this person is trying to say. Anyway, let's continue.
His gun. Like, it should have never even been acceptable for that to happen. All Alex Preddy was doing was filming, and then when some civilians started getting pushed, he tried to help. And when one got pepper sprayed, he tried to help. From all available angles and evidence and videos here, it seems to be that's all he was doing. He even made an effort to try and show that he's not like a threat or something. Like he threw his arm in the air, wide open, nothing in his hand or anything. He wasn't fighting back against the officers. He got taken to the ground and then immediately started getting beaten. Like, all because he was filming and trying to help other people around there, it seems. This is so sickening. And the freaks that are cheering this on and parading around like this is something to be celebrated are just scum. You're not even American. You're a drone if you actually think this is a good thing. All you care about is just like sucking wiener from the authorities now all of a sudden. You care more about just being on a team than you do thinking for yourself.
Okay, close your eyes, bud.
Tragic. It is embarrassing. This is crazy now that I'm seeing people justify this guy's murder
Sleep hat.
because he had a weapon. Wake up. This is America. You can carry weapons. I sometimes carry a gun in public. I have friends who every day carry. It is your right as an American to carry a firearm if you so choose. That is not grounds for a murder. And based on all of the video footage, all of the available evidence, this guy was not brandishing it or anything like that. Thus, he wasn't threatening anyone or about to shoot someone with it, so they had to kill him to stop him. That doesn't seem to be the case. They're now just using the fact that he had a gun as a justification to kill him. That should be extremely alarming to anyone who cares about 2A. Like, again, him having it should not be an issue. And any real, actual American, like a real patriot, should be arguing for his right to carry, because it is something that we have the right to do, and that should not be a justification for this man being killed by these agents. This point that they're trying to beat into the empty minds of a lot of people that are trying so hard to justify it is that the only people being arrested and targeted by ICE are rapists and pedophile illegal aliens, which is just not the case. There definitely have been rapists and pedophiles that have been...
That's really important. That is a really important point, and I'm super glad that he's bringing this up. Okay, see? That's what nails it for me. Because this part of the conversation, I don't hear from even CNN half the time. Outside of myself and other leftist content creators, I rarely ever see this point get brought up. What he's saying right now is incredibly important.
And snatched up and all of this. And those that have been caught and taken away, that's good. They shouldn't be out there breathing the free air. Great. But that's not all that's happening here. You could also right now march into the White House and arrest everyone in the White House, and you would get a ton of rapists and files. Why isn't that happening? If the goal is getting rapists and files off of American soil, thrown in the slammer, taking them away from society, why is it only just walking through the streets of Minnesota?
I have an answer for this as well. Okay, so this is something that I've already brought up many times over, especially today. The only rapists and pedophiles that ICE is actually apprehending are actually rapists and pedophiles that have already been apprehended by local law enforcement and are already serving their prison sentences. Okay, they're already in prison. They're already in prison. There is no world where ICE is just like going around and being like, wait, there's a here and they're an undocumented immigrant and like they didn't go to jail for doing Like, okay, we'll go get him now. That would imply that if an undocumented immigrant does a rape or is a file or whatever and gets caught, the government goes, oh, you're a file, but you also happen to be undocumented. Sorry, we have to let you go. That's not the case. That has never been the case. It's completely ridiculous. The only reason why they have any undocumented migrants that they're deporting with a criminal background is because they go to the jails directly. They go to the jails and they deport people before their sentences are done, which is even crazier. That's what's even crazier. And as a matter of fact, it's sometimes basically a free ride. Like that one guy who did a massive jewelry heist and then turned himself in as an undocumented immigrant, not for the jewelry heist itself, but the fact that he's an undocumented immigrant. So he was able to evade law enforcement. They deported him. They gave him a free trip back to his country.
Trying to do it. You would get significantly more files if you took ICE and brought them to the White House. An administration is actively covering up a massive child trafficking operation and letting tons of evil people get away with this. Tons of clients. So if the...
Okay. I have said something erroneous in the past, and I have to correct this mistake. Time and time again, you have heard me say, there's no such thing as a real centrist. Every centrist is actually secretly right-wing. And I've never met someone who presents themselves as a centrist, and then you scratch the surface of their point of view and they're like super pro-trans rights or whatever. I'm wrong. I think Charlie is the only person who presents himself as a centrist, but is actually hiding that he's more progressive than he actually lets on. Charlie is literally the only one. Every single other person who presents themselves as a centrist is unironically not a centrist. They're like super far right, where they go, oh, this is common sense. Like whenever you hear someone go, this is common sense, this is common sense. I'm just a centrist. I'm just objective. This is just common sense. When they say that, that's in 99.9% of the time. 99.9% of the time when someone says that, they're not actually a centrist. There's no such thing, obviously, and they're secretly right-wing. Moist Critical Charlie is the only mother who just lies about being a centrist and is actually left-wing. Like, at least left adjacent. What? You fall in love so fast, man? You're crazy? No. There have been many instances where, I mean, look, he's done the whole, like, on shit with, like, the Kayagate controversy. He's, like, talked, he covered, like, the Pokemon cookie stuff, like, things that are, like, very clearly manufactured bait, right? For specific ordained enemies of the right. He does that kind of shit. But he also has consistently defended trans rights, which I've given him props for in the past, both privately and publicly. Uh-oh, Lexi Rose. Uh-oh, thank you for the 50 gifted subs. He straight up is. He is actually like a person who presents himself as a centrist, but is actually far more left than he lets on. That doesn't mean that he's like actually a socialist or whatever, okay? Calm down. Act like a chud, think like a woke. Yeah, that's how he, yes. Act like a chud, think like a woke. Charlie Moist Critical. I need you to understand something. I'm not by any means saying he is the woke fedayeen and he's like, a Marxist-Leninist or anything like that. Marxist-Leninist, Maoist, Moist Critical. Maoist Critical. But he does actually have a lot more progressive tendencies than he lets on with the way he presents himself. And it's something that I find to be interesting. We all know being openly out of the closet as left-wing hurts your viewership and subscriber count. Only being an open right-winger or closet right-winger boosts your viewership via JD Vance Twitter pipeline. Yeah. Uh-oh, Lexi Rose. Uh-oh, thank you for the 100 gifted subs. God damn. We got new Oilers in here. Marxism, Leninism isn't leftist, bruh. You're right, man. What is being, if Marxism, Leninism, is Marxist-Leninism, if that's not leftist, what the is the left? Actually, what the is the left? He's joking. All right, he must be joking. Fed posts worst bait ever is asked to leave the FBI. Oh no, they're cracking the whip out here, dude.
Goal is to get
because it's right
wait.
communism. Lamau. Oh my God! Stop! If your argument is Marxist-Leninism has nothing to do with like social justice. Even though it does, I mean, Lenin extensively talked about, the impact of imperialism, but and they were very woke. I mean, Stalin rolled back some of that wokeness later on, but they were very woke initially. People don't understand that communists are literally at the forefront of everything that liberals have.
Hi, and welcome back to my channel. We are going to give away this PC.
Okay, then take it. Just be quiet.
There has to be some stability. Now you have legal being like, you can't trust the federal government, which is correct, by the way. It is correct. In the absence of these institutions holding everything together, the entire system collapses.
I know all of us have.
I'm glad that Legal Eagle is also taking a stance. It seems like I mean, Legal Eagle has always been a liberal. He's always been woke. And so is Philip DeFranco.
Videos.
All right, we'll watch it.
What is basically the execution of Alex Preddy. I've seen it from more angles and more times than I care to repeat. I'm not going to give an in-depth frame-by-frame analysis. You don't need a lawyer to tell you what you can see with your own eyes, which is that it was an inexcusable state-sanctioned murder. There is no excuse. There is no justification, and it is the latest in what is probably a long line. This one happens to have been videotaped, thankfully, by many brave bystanders.
How do you see this anger playing out? We're comparing it back to the momentum of the Black Lives Matter protests. The Black Lives Matter protests were far faster, and the mobilization was not exactly controlled. It was more so just like an immediate moment of anger, and it was already at a boiling point as well. And that's the reason why they burned down the police precinct. And I would say that now the protests are like much more restrained in general. Some people will get mad at me for saying this. Isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's much more directed. They're way more focused on doing ice watch, for example. Even while they're doing like a vigil, there's still people doing ice watch. So the community is actually a lot more mobilized and a lot more organized in general. I think it's also too cold. That probably plays a role in this too. But I think like during BLM, very different circumstances too, because it's like a federal law enforcement agency that's like easier to identify as like a foreign occupation, a non-state occupation, right? As opposed to the local law enforcement that was behaving like a brutal occupation. So the police response in that situation was much more violent as well. It's during COVID. People were very frustrated. In this circumstance, it's like you can get a lot more people on board. But more importantly, I think there's a lot of people that are like looking out for one another, way more organized with protest marshals, things like that. And they're not like, they're not like breaking random storefronts and stuff like that. Because one of the famous moments, not to say that like storefronts breaking down is necessarily going to dilute or undermine the point of the protest. You know that that's not an argument that I've ever presented. As a matter of fact, I've quite frequently and perhaps very famously talked about how human life is far more important than property rights are. Having said that, as far as like building a larger movement, a larger momentum. This kind of more organized protest is definitely a lot better at reaching a larger group of people. A Boogaloo Boy started the precinct fire. It doesn't even matter who started the precinct fire. What matters is when the precinct was lit on fire, the majority of Americans said that that was an understandable moment. Okay? Don't you Americans have the Second Amendment right so you can fight back the government when it starts this bullshit? Yeah, that's unfortunately, that's not how this works.
As you can tell, I'm not in my studio. I was on a plane yesterday. Oh, God, it's cold out here. It's 0 degrees, which is still 10 degrees warmer than it is in Minneapolis right now. But in some sense, I do this for a living. I analyze the videos that are out there and think about things from a legal perspective. And I saw the first video when it came out. It was pretty clear. But with any video taken from across the street, there's some ambiguity. And when I think the second video came out, in the second video, you can hear that Alex Petty's last words were, "Are you okay?" Which he said to the woman that was next to him, who had been pushed down by the ICE or CBP officer who was acting unhinged, where Alex Petty just has his phone out and his left arm is free. I think those were his last words, and I think those were his last acts, was trying to help the woman that was pushed down by the man in the green sweatshirt, who I think eventually was the first agent who shot him.
This is not good optics. Shut up. Shut the up, bro. Let a person be emotional, dude. What's wrong with you? Jesus Christ. Some of y'all are crazy, man. Like, what do you want? Like a sociopathic delivery every time? Jesus Christ.
And like I said,
you're not even right, for the record. You're wrong. It's like, I mean, I think it's silly to do an analysis on the optics of this. Like, no, he's being vulnerable. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Not going to go frame by frame. But to my eyes, the last thing that Alex Petty did was to help others. And look, my legal analysis doesn't change when the victim is, a bank robber or a saint. Everyone deserves the same rights. And it doesn't justify less the actions of what happened, but it does heighten the loss of what happened and the people whose rights are being taken away and their lives are being taken away. So look, I'm going to try and gather some thoughts, which I'm only going to do because I think a lot of people are, thinking the same thing. Whether you're a lawyer or a layperson, I think we're all absolutely enraged, not only by, the loss of Alex Petty, but Renee Good and everyone else who has been, pushed aside and has been caught in this web of what is clearly illegal action from our federal government. Like I said, it doesn't change the legal analysis, but it does say something that Alex Petty and Renee Good before him seem to be the best of us. And there's a reason why they were gunned down. It's because they put themselves out there. And by God, that's commendable. And we need to continue to stand up because they did too. And look, you don't need to be a lawyer to know that their shootings were not justified. But I think we need to take a step back too to recognize that, ICE and CBP shouldn't have been there in the first place. They have no right and no duty to do crowd control, to be on the front lines using weapons against protesters. These people should not be armed. We've sort of grown inured to it, but they are not enforcing criminal law. Even when they are enforcing immigration laws, which they are not right now, it is state-sponsored protest control of people exercising their First Amendment rights. At best, they are enforcing regulatory and civil laws. And there's no reason they should have firearms in the first place.
Yep. As I like to say, paperwork violations. That's what their job is. They are not engaging in criminal law enforcement duties, okay? They don't investigate crimes like that. Like, at most, the things that they investigate in the criminal side of things would be like human trafficking, and even then, I assume most of that is still delegated to the FBI.
I don't even think, should have less lethals like pepper balls, and they shouldn't be using tear gas and pepper spray and bear spray on protesters. That's insane. It would be as if we gave every postal worker and every person who delivers the mail, an AR-15. They don't need it to
Dude, he's doing
tear gas and pepper spray and bear spray on protesters. That's insane. It would be as if we...
Governor Tim Walz rejected several demands made by U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi in order to ease the ICE surge in Minnesota.
And Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison sought and received a court order requiring the federal government to preserve all evidence in the Alex Preddy shooting death. Chief Political Reporter Tom Hauser is back from a news conference at the State Emergency Operations Center this afternoon. Tom.
It was a wide-ranging news conference from several state leaders. Among the things we learned, state BCA investigators were on the scene of the shooting this morning, and Attorney General Ellison described a meeting he had with Vice President Vance 3 days ago. Nearly a dozen BCA agents descended on the scene where Alex Preddy was shot to death by a federal agent.
Just want to come in and look at the scene. We recognize the contamination. We get that. We're just trying to do the best we can.
ICE agents and Border Patrol left on Saturday without preserving the scene or taking photographs. State officials say they're determined to conduct their own investigation.
For their safety, is there a way that we can get you guys to back off the line just for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, to allow them to come in, photograph, and do what they do?
They were continuing to collect evidence that they've seen. They're also doing some canvassing of the neighborhoods.
Public Safety Commissioner Bob Jacobson says it's helpful Attorney General Keith Ellison got a court order ordering federal authorities to keep from destroying or altering evidence in the case, including things like Preddy's phone and gun.
They've got the order. Now they're going to defy the court if they don't follow it.
Ellison also confirmed he met with Vice President J.D. Vance in Minneapolis on Thursday. Vance was here, as he said, to lower the temperature.
I can tell you that it was a polite meeting. I can also tell you that I walked out of there thinking that we probably weren't going to get anywhere.
The same could be said about this 3-page letter U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi sent Governor Walz. She hints that the ICE surge might end if the state lets the federal government investigate fraud, repeals sanctuary policies for illegal immigrants, and turns over state voter registration rolls.
It's not a serious attempt to get at this. The way to fix this is get these folks out of here.
So far, there are no signs the surge is going to end anytime soon. In fact, in a Truth Social post within the past hour, President Trump sent a message to Governor Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey. It's a lengthy post, but essentially he says Walz, Frey, and all Democratic politicians should end sanctuary policies and cooperate with federal authorities to enforce immigration laws. Of course, we'll be continuing to follow all of the political fallout from this shooting. Back to you.
Tom Hauser reporting in the newsroom for us. Thank you.
Now let's bring in Jason Hauser. He's the former Chief of Staff of ICE and Customs and Border Patrol counterterrorism official. I want to get your reaction to what we've seen there in Minneapolis.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ike. What I saw, I know there's a lot of sort of adjudicating this event in the social media and the public, but when you step back and you sort of look at this event, you see a chaotic situation. I know what Chief Bavino has said over the last 24 hours or so about this being an operation focused on criminal that was in that community. the sort of operation itself then needs to be assessed, because coming in with sort of that armored vehicle and the sort of the size and scale and scope, typically going after convicted criminals, that would not have been the case. There would have been more surveillance and focused targeting of an individual that may be a public safety threat. But what I saw on the ground there is a lot of fear within the community. You see chaos, and all of those things mixed with uncertainty, both between what the expectation is for federal law enforcement at the moment from the public's view, but also the expectation between federal law enforcement agencies. You know, we have clearly Border Patrol is now becoming an interior immigration enforcement agency. And there needs to be a great deal of transparency, not only on this investigation, which needs to be unbiased and needs to be multi-pronged and have a large-scale review, but we also need to assess now what is Border Patrol's way in which they're going to carry out their use of force and how they will interact with other law enforcement agencies. You can imagine a situation there on the ground where there was not, I mean, clearly there was 9 to 10 to a dozen Border Patrol officers that did not use lethal force and one that did. Assessing that sort of decision making in that specific moment needs to be assessed, but the overall way in which that these operations are being carried out, are they in the public safety interest? Are they being carried out legally under legal authorities with probable cause? Are agents using sort of response tactics that are proportional to the threats that they're seeing on the ground? And is there other ways that law enforcement could go carrying out these duties, protecting our communities and sort of executing sort of removal operations in a humane, just way, instead of in this manner that incites chaos and promotes protests and violence? This is not the way. We all know very clearly that the public, we have had an immigration system that has been
Brushes in World Edit are amazing. There's so many to choose from and so many settings to adjust. There's even a brush that lets you create a forest in just a click. But honestly, the biggest game changer for me was the smooth brush. That's amazing. Brushes in World Edit are amazing. There's so many to choose from and so many settings to adjust. There's even a brush that lets you create a forest in just a click. But honestly, the biggest game changer for me was the smooth brush. That's amazing. Brushes in World Edit are amazing. There's so many to choose from and so many settings to adjust. There's even a brush that lets you create a forest in just a click. But honestly, the biggest game changer for me...
5 World Edit systems without mods. You can mass replace blocks. Similarly, you can clear and destroy land. You can stack or even transport builds across worlds. Instant structures are possible. And there's a terraforming command, so you can make custom mountains. 5 World Edit systems without mods.
Which is better, Axiom or World Edit? Personally, I think this question is a little bit more difficult to answer than it might seem. Both have their advantages and their disadvantages. For example, I think Axiom is better for larger scale terrain customization. For example, if I just use right click, I can create custom rock formations, and I can even draw right over it to add grass to the top to make it look like a mountain. Although that is one funny looking mountain. But let's say maybe I have something I built, but I want to move it somewhere else. And you can do this with Axiom. You can select the 2 points, and then you can use these arrows to go ahead and drag it over, but you're gonna have to move it manually to wherever you're going. On the other hand, with World Edit, I can select any 2 points, and I can cut or copy and then paste them anywhere else in the world super easily. And I don't really think one is necessarily better than the other. I think they both have their advantages.
Here are my favorite World Edit commands for building in creative mode. The cylinder command allows you to create a big circle tower really easily. Mask is a command that you pair with other commands where you can pick specific blocks that you want it to affect. Here I am using the mask command with the brush command, which is another great tool that you can use. There is also a really useful sphere command, which is super good for those pesky circles in Minecraft. Flip allows you to build half of a build and then mirror it super easily on the other side. The schematic commands allow you to save what you're doing and easily move builds between all of your worlds. And finally, /up, which allows you to start building in midair. Where any
I don't think this guy's a saint, right?
Like, I don't
What?
think that this is some kind of like innocent guy.
Yes, he is. Shut the f- up, bro. What do you mean? Like, this is what I mean with this like wishy-washy bull. He's like, yeah, I don't think this guy's a saint. Hassan Abi, Nick Fuentes went after you to defend Israel. Lol, the pivot is crazy. Yeah, I want to see the Asmongold, like Asmonfold tweet, but then I want to also see like what he said after. Because, here's both of them, right? Like, look, Asmongold is now calling ICE the Gestapo. Lol, the tides are turning and he knows he can't defend this.
If you have a police department that's not accountable, or a law enforcement agency that's not accountable.
Bro, I can't believe he steals my talking points. Like, he'll call me a terrorist for the entire week, and then he will turn around and bar for bar, verbatim, rip my to his audience. And the same dumb in his community that are like, yeah, Based, he is a terrorist last week, will go, yeah, Based, you're awesome, Asmongold, the week after. How is this? Like, what are we doing here? This mother plagiarizing my How stupid, how mentally stunted is your audience that they can't even see this?
That basically is the Gestapo. That is the secret police. That is the SS.
Come on!
If you have a police department that's not accountable...
Anyway, that's too short of a clip to make an accurate assessment over where he's at, but I suspect that he's trying to do a wishy-washy, middle-of-the-ground bullshit. Even r/Asmongold is saying, okay, this doesn't look good. Just last week, he asked J.D. Vance to round up anti-ICE protesters and put him in concentration camps.
We haven't even gotten started.
Someone needs to do an Asmongold this week versus Asmongold last week, like an Asmonfold compilation.
So the government decides what's hateful or not, and whenever they make that decision, they decide to censor you arbitrarily. And people in Europe are okay with this? Man. Y'all need to throw some TNT into the water or some shit. Like, you can't let this happen. Yeah, bro, you gonna let these clowns boss you around? No, we're not? Then organize and get rid of them. It's hard to say whether he committed a crime, but there's a higher standard of conduct for people that are green card holders than people who are naturalized citizens. And he wasn't meeting that conduct. So he's getting deported, hopefully. And there should be? Yeah, they should be. And I support this completely. I hope they do this to more. We have enough troublemakers in the country already without importing new ones on green cards to start even more trouble. Who needs this?
You didn't even change some words around when copying your homework. No, like literally bar for bar, I have said those exact same words. And I'm willing to bet. I am willing to bet. There's a video out there of me saying that, and then Asmongold replying to me like, yeah, this guy's a terrorist. Yeah, Gestapo, call a guy's Gestapo. Yeah, that's emotional. You're emotional. I won the argument.
Fort Snelling used to be, historically, it used to be a concentration camp for Native Americans. And they were...
They love to use these, they use the Nazi, they use like Nazi imagery and Nazi vocabulary as like spells on white people. They're like, okay, I'm gonna say Hitler Nazi concentration camp, and then they're gonna have to agree with me. They do,
you know?
We have not even gotten started.
He did the same thing. This fucker did the same thing with Israel too, bar for bar. After calling me a terrorist for my takes on Israel, he literally stole the entire thing, and now is like, yeah, Based, Israel is violating Americans' domestic laws. We gotta stop.
Like, trust me, this is if it was up.
Well, yeah, he'll go back to riding ICE again. Okay, he has to play this delicate.
To me, this would only be the beginning. We just getting started. Because the thing is too, VP. Yeah, exactly. Like we.
By the way, I think there is no other way to read accounts like this than Israel first, guys. Sorry, I don't give a shit. You're not a real centrist. You only care about Israel. Speaking of Israel, like this guy, United States of Israel, right? That's what I said. Really great job legitimizing this dumb LARPing asshole pod save America, bros. You should feel proud of yourselves. To which I responded with, is protecting Israel all you care about? You should care about other things as well. Israel is deeply unpopular and deserve worse. It's a fascist ethno-state. To which he replied with, guy who turns every single unrelated thing into Israel. Wow, obsessed with Israel much? Is that all you care about? Not to be openly flippant, but I truly do not give a shit about Israel right now. Our country is getting absolutely demolished from within. It doesn't seem like it. It kind of seems like you do still care about Israel. Because why else would you get mad at this? Why else would you get mad at this so much? This one, for the record, this one triggered the out of every Zionist, okay? This one hit directly at heart. It struck a chord so hard. Every libtard on the timeline that is Israel first has lost their minds over it. It must have hit a nerve because it literally exposes the stupidity of like Israel first people that are trying to be progressive here in America, right? Like people who love Israel that are trying to also present themselves as like liberal centrists or whatever. The identical ways in which Israel operates and ICE operates is identical because they're both fascist, okay? And in such a short way, in such a concise way, you could just make that comparison and just slam it right there and everybody understands it. And these guys get triggered to no end. You want a context?
I think they should deport every single illegal alien in the country. All that being said, you can't have ICE because I'm a supporter of ICE. That means that I need to have accountability for ICE. And let me explain what I mean by that. If you have a police department,
ICE is not doing mass deportation and concentration camps the right way. Asman Ezra Gold Klein. He's like, guys, what ICE needs to be doing is more abundance. You know, my problem with ICE is that they're not actually expedient and efficient in their concentration camp schemes. Oh, that's awesome. It's because I love ICE that I want them to do better. Look, I think it's consistent when he says he loves ICE, but then also says in the same breath that it's Gestapo because he's a Nazi. So I guess technically that is consistent. This is him just being like, listen, you need to ramp up the deportation machine, but you gotta also like, you know, punish a couple of these agents if they get out of hand every now and then.
that's not accountable, or a law enforcement agency that's not accountable, that basically is the Gestapo. That is the secret police. That is the SS. So, and that was one of the big things that, like, I think that really you had with, sorry, I once again, I lost my train of thought. Just a minute, what was I saying again? I totally lost it. I forgot totally what I was saying. Somebody said to me about Iran.
Yeah, good czar, bad boyars. Always. No, it's awesome. I've been using that a lot more frequently in my private affairs in general. I think about that quite a bit. It is definitely good czar, bad boyars all the way. Okay?
And I totally forgot. Anyway, God, I wish sometimes. Liberal SS. Yes, okay, so basically, right. So what I'm saying is that this is another reason why I don't like to do debates. I just immediately forget what I'm saying. In the middle of a conversation. And accountability, yes, ICE is Gestapo, exactly. Well, what Gestapo was, right, is you had no recourse. They had no accountability. There was nothing that happened to them if they...
What? What are you saying? Like, that's not what was bad, or that wasn't the only reason why the Gestapo was bad. Like, also, he's straight up presenting it as though it's a good thing. I'm not sure even Asman I'm not sure Asman fans will buy this. I don't know what they're buying lately. I don't know.
It's something wrong.
Yeah, the biggest problem with Gestapo is that they didn't follow the bureaucratic procedures. No, I think it was the kidnapping people. You know, I think that's, mass repression, kidnapping, torture, like all the stuff that ICE is doing that's bad. That's why we call ICE Gestapo.
They could kill you for whatever reason they wanted, and you have to have laws that make police accountable, because that's the other big component. Like, one of the good things that came out of BLM is the overwhelming adoption of body cams. I think that before that, you had a lot of body cams, but after that, body cams became the norm. So you need to have body cams for everything. And if you have these guys that, I don't know why Tim Walz said they weren't law enforcement officers. In my opinion, I think that's like, they need to invoke the Insurrection Act and bring in the military and stop this shit from happening. Because I told you guys last week, this is only a matter of time until this happens. Because there's going to be escalation. You can't have infinity. Like, let's say you have a 1% chance that a physical altercation with a federal officer turns violent. And then you have a 1% chance that that altercation that's violent turns fatal. Do you think that we've had more than 10,000, what do you call it? Like more than, yeah, I think, it's 10,000. More than 10,000 of these altercations? Absolutely. So it's just a law of numbers, is that if you have this many altercations and this many things go wrong, then it's just a matter of time until somebody gets killed that it's unjustified for. Trump's a reason for not sending in troops 2 months ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago? I know. Trump is going to be Biden for having his brain fried for doing too many things domestically and internationally. Yeah, I think so too. Motive was found on his social media. He was retweeting Kill ICE Agent TikToks. That's fine, but I don't think that they shot him knowing what was on his TikTok page.
Anyone that comes out and does some fake, for the record, because I don't think they have his actual socials, be like, oh, he retweeted Kill ICE TikTok, bull that I saw. I got tricked, so I guess it's appropriate to him. They need to be institutionalized, dude. You know how he always talks about like, yeah, we gotta bring back insane asylums. Like, yeah, your fans are going in there, okay? Except they're not, because they're all European. That's so annoying to me. We can't even punish these motherfuckers. They're LARPing all the way from Austria. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, guten Tag.
Like, I mean, realistically, like, I don't think this guy's a saint, right? Like, I don't think that this is some kind of, like, innocent guy that did
Yes, he is. Shut up, bro. What do you mean? I don't think this guy's a saint. What more could he have done? Like, this is what I mean with this, like, wishy-washy bullshit. He's like, yeah, I don't think this guy's a saint. What is the problem? Did he, like, oppose his ICE?
Nothing wrong. Like, you should have not gone on there. You should have not been obstructing the police. You shouldn't have been touching the police. You shouldn't have gone to it.
Bro, the police touched him, and it wasn't even the police. His ICE is not. They're not cops. And also, they touched him. He didn't touch them. Shut up. He got pepper sprayed for trying to help someone that the ICE agent pushed to the ground. Did you see Phineas's new reel? I did not. Oh. Can't Ever Die says, right where you see people caring about others in their community, and instead of finding that inspiring, they think it's some sort of grand conspiracy because they don't understand what it means to care for others you don't personally know. Yes. Bro literally did not watch the same video. He did. He just has to find stable ground. You have to stop being anti-Semitic. As a Jew, your Nazi Germany accent is so good it triggers my epigenetic memories, and I find that emotionally distressing. Therefore, you hate the Jews. Oh my God, that's gonna be the new Ethan Klein post. He's gonna come out and be like, Hassan is actually a little too good with this. You need to check this timestamp and let it play for 1 minute.
I mean, they say this.
You need to check this timestamp. Let it play for 1 minute. He was desperate to defend the admin before it became undeniable, and he pivoted in real time. Oh wait,
this is
really?
the gun. Am I crazy? Am I crazy for saying like that doesn't look like a gun to me? Like if I zoom in. I don't know. Like, how the f can anybody tell that's a gun for sure? How are people going off of this and being certain? How can you be certain off of this? Okay, keep watching? Okay, let's keep watching.
Ethan Klein said you made software for ICE? Yeah, that's right. That's why you should listen to me when I say, as someone who's a software engineer for ICE, that, you should listen to my commentary about how bad ICE is for like the last 12 years. Wait, now the pivot happened?
He does have the gun for sure. Absolutely 100%. That's the gun. Is that the same gun? That is the gun.
This is when he found out that the ICE agents actually disarmed him. So he was defending it up until this very moment. And then once it became undeniable that the ICE agents disarmed him.
So here it is. Give the video you want me to look at. But he says yes.
He was disarmed like 2 seconds before being shot. On both the videos you watched, you can see who disarmed him. Bring up the video and chat with
Yeah, he
us.
says yes. This is the video. Let me see if we can get another version of it. Because like I really don't like I'm gonna be real, like I have no idea what's happening. So give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find another image of this. Okay. So here it is. So the guy's hand is empty. His hand's empty again. Okay.
Okay. So then he
this.
So then he folds. He like changes his mentality.
Okay. Keep watching. Okay. Okay. Let's keep watching. Percent. That's the gun. 100% without a question. Absolutely. I just don't know if that's the gun. This is better quality? Okay. Let me see up.
I can't believe this, but he's been bleeding viewers to you. No. Because I'm not being botted. So it doesn't work that way.
Okay, this is a higher quality version.
Please don't criticize him for switching to the obvious opinion after taking a closer look. Isn't that a good thing? I wish you guys were this charitable with me, man. That's so funny. I mean, this isn't charity. This is stupidity for the record. He's going off of what his chat tells him, dumbass. He didn't look at that. If he came in hot looking at that and be like, yeah, based on a guy who deserves it, only to turn around and be like last week he literally said he wants this to happen. So why is this take so different now that it has happened? You know what I mean? I mean, here, look, how does this make you feel? Okay, how does this make you feel? Right here, this is after Renee Good.
We have not even gotten started. Like, trust me, this is, if it was up to me.
Everyone on Twitter thinks Aspen is woke now because of this dog shit Yoxix clip. Yeah, I know. I think that stuff is so annoying too.
This would only be the beginning. We just getting started. Because the thing is too, yeah, exactly. Like, we gotta do this more and more and more.
While you were in Minneapolis, he was bought with 20K more. He wasn't doing anything special. His number was up because your numbers were up. Isn't that wonderful though? That days when I have higher viewership, he then gets to have higher viewership as well. I think that's cool. Like, I'm happy for him that it's just a coincidence, but I'm happy for him. More viewers. I'll have 35K, he'll have 55K or 45K. It's nice of me to do that for him. Rising tide lifts all boats. Yeah. I remember one time your stream F so bad you restarted, you dipped to 20, he dipped to 30.
Because there are whole different levels of this. There's reopening the mental asylums. There's rounding those people up and then putting them in.
Yesterday you had like 15K more viewers than him. Then suddenly it was even with yours. Then a minute later it was 10 to 15K more than yours. Yeah. It's just interesting that he just keeps exploding like that. Law, you sound a lot like Miskip right now. I mean, Miskip knows these motherfuckers way better than I do. I'm just pointing out how suspicious it is that a lot of these guys do bot, especially Tectone. We know Tectone was a major bot, and Tectone is Asmongold's best friend. This was right before Asmon did the pivot because he saw the writing on the wall.
Knows you should always comply with the police, announce your weapon, and de-escalate all potentially dangerous situations, at least in my state. The guy intentionally gets in the way and involved in an escalating situation. Absolute behavior from a concealed carrier. I think you're totally right. I do. I think you're completely right. I think this is absolutely to do. And at the end of the day, if he had complied with the police, if he didn't have the gun with him, like, there is a much higher probability that he wouldn't have been shot. There is. Like, it's undeniable this is the case.
Wait, what is this? 10 seconds later, I hit refresh and Asmon instantly jumped 20K viewers to match you, Law. Wait, what? At the No Kings rally in LA? Wait, what? Like, he went from 35K to 62K? I think this is probably altered. There's no way it jumped that much. That's exactly what happened yesterday. You gotta show me timestamps, Shatter. Why are his VOD views so much lower comparably? Are they? I don't even know how to check that. I feel like you guys are making shit up now. I don't know if that's the case. Are his VOD viewers much lower? Like yesterday, he had viewers, right? He had yesterday's VOD, he had 700,000. That seems normal for like 70K. 700,000 viewers from his VOD yesterday. And then let's look at mine. Wait, what? Wait, that is kind of weird. I have double the number in my VODs. My VOD yesterday had 1.4 million views. His VOD yesterday, when he had more viewers than me, has 700,000 views. How is that possible? And then the day prior, 500,000 views. I have 683,000 views. 696,000 views 3 days ago. Wait a minute. Did we just discover something here? No. There's no way. How is he consistently? Maybe is it because I streamed longer? broadcast 4 days ago. 7-hour and 23-minute broadcast 4 days ago. 7-hour and 11-minute broadcast 4 days ago. 775,000 views versus 774,000. Or no, sorry, 674,000 views. Wait, what? How is this possible? I don't understand this at all. Why is his VOD numbers much lower? Does that mean that just like more people watch my VOD? Is that what it is? Maybe that's what it is. But that is actually pretty surprising, because if you like, the higher concurrent viewership I have, the higher VOD viewership I have, right? That's usually how it works. Maybe they watch them on YouTube, that's why. But that inconsistency is odd, especially considering that it doesn't matter. Like, if you have more live concurrent viewership, that means you have more views in your VODs. It's crazy. According to Twitch support, is online and offline views. There's anyway, whatever. It's fucking boring. All right, let's finish
And I
this.
feel like that nuance is constantly lost, because you can easily come to the conclusion that maybe the way that they shot him was wrong. And based off of everything that I've seen, I'm pretty certain that they up. I am. This seems pretty cut and dry that they up. Now, I'm not, you know, we need to wait for the body cam, and that way we'll really know. But right now, it sure seems like... Let me watch this one now. Okay, here we go.
Wait, where's the other video where he like calls the guy R-worded and shit? Oh, right here.
Gary knows you should always comply with police, announce your weapon, and de-escalate all potentially dangerous situations, at least in my state. The guy intentionally gets in the way and involved in an escalating situation. I think you're completely right. I think this is absolutely to do. And at the end of the day, if he had complied with the police, if he didn't have the gun with him, like, there is a much higher probability that he wouldn't have been shot. There is. Like, it's undeniable this is the case. And I feel like that nuance is constantly lost, because you can easily come to the conclusion that maybe the way that they shot him was wrong. And based off of everything that I've seen, I'm pretty certain that they... I am. This seems pretty cut and dry that they up. Now, I'm not, you know, we need to wait for the body cam, and that way we'll really know. But right now, it sure seems like up. But it would have never happened if he didn't.
Hello, Austin's friend. I don't want to misunderstand your nuts, so I hope this question doesn't come across as overbearing. Do you believe it's harmful to long-term purposes to celebrate the nominal pivot of Trump or Zachary? They're equally as powerful. I love you. First of all, no, they're not. And secondly, there is no Trump pivot. Trump is still Trump. Asmongold's pivot is also just pure grift. But as far as Trump's pivot goes, it's not an actual pivot. He's just backing away because he's responding to public pressure. Asmon continues trying to get approval from the admin, but once people start covering this type of content, plus 99% sure Holocaust happened shit, yeah. I mean, he also said, like, he's based. He's also said that Nick Fuentes is based. And I don't think you can get away with doing shit like that when you get more mainstream popularity. Yeah, he also defended Los Pollos' bad take. I said, woke is coming for you too, big guy. We're gonna make you take daily showers.
The authoritarian strongman that Donald Trump wants to be has had the worst week that I can remember in a long time. And that's a high bar, because everything this man touches turns terrible. It's a disaster. It dies. He had the utmost humiliation when he was in Davos. World leaders were talking about his cognitive decline, the hand, the cankles. I mean, it was front page news all over. This man is unhinged and not with it. Then you have Jack Smith saying beyond a reasonable doubt he would have been convicted. He was issuing death threats. This guy is a criminal through and through. And then the worst insult to this man, to this poor little fragile tiny hand.
Alright, let's start modding in 121 with Forge. 121 Minecraft modding course is available down below, with over 11 hours of content covering everything from the basics all the way to block entities and custom mobs. Alright, and we find ourselves back once again, this time starting to mod with Minecraft Forge in 121. It's going to be pretty freaking insane, and there's quite a few things to do, so let's see. And as always, we're going to start at the very beginning. If you have no idea about modding or anything basically when it comes to how to make a Minecraft mod or even programming, then this is probably a good place to start. I'll break it down. We'll go through the setup, right, basically, so that you have a project that you can then start with and start modding Minecraft with. But first of all, we need to download a couple of things, and you can also see there is a bit of an in-depth tutorial in this case, right? It is a little bit involved. There's quite a few steps that we need to go through, and each of them have to be taken carefully, so you will have to take a little bit of time here, especially in this first setup tutorial. But when you have that, then it is absolutely amazing, and modding is going to be so much fun. 121 is crazy. The first thing you need for modding Minecraft is you need a JDK or Java development kit. I basically always recommend the Eclipse Tamarin right here because that one has never failed me before. I've seen a couple of others that have some weird quirks. That is why I basically suggest this one. In Minecraft 121, we have to take the JDK version when you want. Over here, the LTS version. Make sure that the package type is on JDK, and then you can download it for whatever operating system and architecture you're using. In my case, I am using Windows, and this is exactly the right thing. So here in my case, I'm going to download the MSI. This is just simply an installer, and then once it is downloaded, literally, you can simply install this onto your PC like any other program. One tiny caveat is very important, and that is when you're right here, make sure that the set or override Java home variable will be installed on local hard drive. That is.
Hey everyone, it's Selfstar. Today I'm going to show you guys how to install mods on Minecraft. I know there's a lot of tutorials about this already, but I wanted to make one specifically for you guys. Anyways, this is going to be for Java Edition only. Bedrock modding is a completely different sphere, so this is going to be specific to Java. I'm going to show you how to install mods on both the default Minecraft launcher and also how to install mods on different Minecraft launchers, and for this example, I'm going to be using MultiMC, but it should be pretty simple on other launchers too. So let's start off with the first step of installing mods, which is to install a mod loader. Mod loaders are basically what runs your mods, so this is absolutely essential. There are multiple types of mod loaders you can choose from. Some of the most common ones are Forge, Fabric, or Neoforge. There are other ones like Quilt and some other mod loaders, but for this example, we're just going to be focusing on Forge, which is like the classic mod loader that everyone knows, and personally, it's my favorite. The only real thing you should know about mod loaders is that certain mods only run on specific mod loaders. Some mods are Forge specific, some mods are Fabric specific, so you might have to sacrifice some of the mods you can or cannot play with based on the mod loader that you choose. So I would highly recommend figuring out what type of mods you want to play with, and check what mod loaders they have available before you actually choose which mod loader to play on, because you can't just switch them out once you already have your mods installed, so just choose wisely. There are so many mods under Forge and Fabric, so I'd recommend choosing one of those two just because they are so popular. Once we're on the Forge website, I'm gonna go ahead and choose the Minecraft version that I want to play on. Another thing to keep in mind is that certain mods are only available for certain Minecraft versions. There are certain versions of the game that are really common to use for Minecraft modding. Specific ones like 1.7.10, 1.12.2, 1.20.1, 1.19.2. These are kind of like the major modding versions. I usually play on 1.19.2 or 1.20.1 currently, just because I like it to be more or less recent. So I'm gonna go ahead and install 1.20.1 for this example. And all we're gonna do here is, find the version here. I'm gonna have all these links down below, so you can go directly to their websites. And I'm gonna go ahead and click download recommended. So here, Forge is going to give you a little ad. Just don't click on anything. Click on the top right here so you don't download a virus or anything. Anyways, my ad block is pretty good, so I don't see anything. Anyways, skip. And there we go. We got Forge installed here. So once you've downloaded your mod loader, you're going to double click. Now we're going to install this as a client and make sure that this is your Minecraft folder. So by default, this should be correct. So click OK. Alright, successfully installed. Now, if your Minecraft launcher is open, this might not show up, so just go ahead and restart your Minecraft launcher. Okay, now, automatically, my installation shows up here as Forge 1.20.1, but if yours doesn't, we're going to go to Installations, New Installation, and search for Forge, and it'll show up automatically here, or just whatever mod loader you used. Try to search for it. My installation is already ready for me, but I'm gonna actually go ahead and edit it and show you guys a couple more options that you can look through. Over here is the Java executable, which for most players will not matter, but if you're playing on an older version of Minecraft, like 1.12.2, 1.7.10, those types of versions that are way older, they might need a specific version of Java, so you might have to install and then find a different Java here. But if you're playing on a recent version of Minecraft, this shouldn't matter as long as you have the latest version of Java installed. And over here is the JVM arguments, which basically means you can allocate more RAM to your Minecraft game by changing the number here. So I'm gonna give my game 6 gigs of RAM and hit save. If your game is freezing or crashing or experiencing issues like this, allocating more RAM might fix that. Just make sure you know how much RAM your computer actually has before changing this number. Anyways, now we're going to launch the game. We're gonna launch before we install mods just to make sure we have all the necessary files downloaded and that the game is actually working properly without any mods. Alright, there we go. My game loaded just fine, so now we can quit. And here's the fun part, installing the mods. So there are a couple different places where you can install your mods from. The most common ones are modding is my game MC, and to start it's pretty simple, and I'm just going to be showing multi-MC for this video, but the process should be pretty similar with other launchers, I imagine. First we're going to click on add instance, and we're going to do the same thing as we did last time, so I'm going to pick 1.20.1 and I'm going to name it modded. Click OK. Now we're going to click on edit instance. Please double check somewhere in the description so you might have to. If yours doesn't, we're going to go to installations, new installation, and search for Forge, and it'll show up automatically Minecraft launcher. Okay, now automatically my installation. Alright, successfully installed. Now if your Minecraft launcher is open, this might not show up, so just go ahead and restart your Minecraft launcher. Okay, now, automatically, my installation shows up here as Forge 1.20.1, but if yours doesn't, we're going to go to Installations, New Installation, and search for Forge, and it'll show up automatically here, or just whatever mod loader you used. Try to search for it. My installation is already ready for me, but I'm going to actually go ahead and edit it and show you guys a couple more options that you can look through. Over here is the Java executable, which for most players will not matter, but if you're playing on an older version of Minecraft, like 1.12.2, 1.7.10, those types of versions that are way older, they might need a specific version of Java, so you might have to install and then find a different Java here. But if you're playing on a recent version of Minecraft, this shouldn't matter as long as you have the latest version of Java installed. And over here is the JVM arguments, which basically means you can allocate more RAM to your Minecraft game by changing the number here. So I'm going to give my game 6 gigs of RAM and hit save. If your game is freezing or crashing or experiencing issues like this, allocating more RAM might fix that. Just make sure you know how much RAM your computer actually has before changing this number. Anyways, now we're going to launch the game.
Dang, you actually locked it.
Oh my God! Take that phone, beast! Lock it in, boys! The Lord Peanut. You boys ready for a great raid? Yeah.
Heck yeah, I am.
Now stand back, Miss Tifu. Let us Professor Sand do it.
Okay.
Get
Let's
your
see it.
pen and your paper out. I must think you're gonna need to jot a couple things down. Clue. Gaga! No tangos yet. Little quiet. Doing the
Just
tech,
started.
by the way. So it's Viva Brazil when you go down, Tifu.
All right. Oh. Garage?
Okay.
Don't. Or is it
That
you?
was me. Oosey Poosies. Mr. Spider got the best of me. Here's all the people at.
They're probably gonna come down cat.
You per baby, per chance. Oh, wait, tingles on me. Got one! Oh, another one just died here. Oh my God, he was hiding behind me the whole time. Gotcha.
He's dead.
Good work, team. Mr. Silly, did you take a tumble, huh? Took a little tumble, huh? Mr. Silly. Oh, he's dead. Little
He's
bit
a
of goof.
free kid.
Oh, yeah, they're dumb and poor. Unfortunate. Ooh, someone's taking the meat shark.
It's not like they're taking it. It just sounds like they spooked it.
You can go take a little peep, perchance. A little peep never hurt anyone.
It's hurt me in the past.
Let's ride.
Oh, Peanut.
Follow me, gang.
Watch there be a whole team on him up there.
Nah. We'll be fine. Yeah, fat chance. We actually are taking it. I'm not even joking. You're taking it from yonder.
Lot to take. It's a big load.
Max Goop potential. I think they're up at the Pilgrim's Peak. I don't know what they're shooting it with. I believe it's poor people weapons, unfortunately. Oh, there's an entire Clanker army going towards them now.
I see that. Holy
Oh, they're top. All right.
Jesus Christ. Wait, I think there's two teams. There's one down below.
Or they're split.
Maybe perchance. I'm infiltrating enemy territory. Oh, take out for me, take out for me. One down, one down. Oh! Eat my poop, eat my shit, eat my poop. Gotcha.
Holy clankers.
Oh, take out, take out, take out.
I got him.
Last one's to the east. Good work. Well, I don't know if this is the team up top. You should proceed with caution.
I don't think it is. Maybe.
No,
they
there's no
could
way.
it.
I got a blue shield now.
Oh, congratulations. Little bit of goo. Sublime. Honestly, they did have an anvil. They were trying to take with an anvil. Oh, yeah. No, it's looking like dumb and poor over here. Yeah, dumb and poor, dumb and poor. I repeat, dumb and poor. I'm assuming these gentlemen are dumb and poor as well.
Good.
Let's
You're not
ride.
good. Oh, you're healed up. Okay.
No, it wasn't. Never mind. The dumb and poor people down below were the same dumb and poor people at the top of the tower. Easy.
I don't
Find
think
the
that's enough.
PVM team and then kill them and take their guns.
What's a PVM team? Is that a
PVE
TD?
team, I don't know.
PVM.
I have a renegade with a bunch of ammo as well.
I think the heavy ammo does the most.
Yeah, but it probably is still good to.
I got like no
Ooh,
medium.
Tangos,
You got
Tangos,
medium
Tangos.
ammo?
See that?
Oh yeah.
See that?
It's just another gun from a guy if you need the ammo.
They're right down yonder. I mean, they've got matriarch killing supplies. Her maybe. Go, go, go! I mean, they're fighting another team down here. I see him, I
Got a
see him.
shoddy.
Raider, down there.
Oh yeah, that guy's free.
Got him!
Nice.
Oh my God. Oh my God. They are handsome and sexy. They are very handsome individuals.
You're welcome.
That was the equalizer. Do that.
Was that?
Do that. Do that. One of these hooligans has an equalizer. We can take the matriarch easy with that.
I didn't hear it.
Oh yeah,
It was like.
He's got a Philly on.
I have a lot of medium if you need some more.
Oh, he's right here. He's right here on me. Got one. Got one. He's one shot. He's one shot. The other guy's one shot. Charge! Good dinga. Got him. You don't think these guys have equalizers?
Are you not?
Goop, goop, goop. Eat my poop. Eat my shit. Eat my poop. Little bit of goop. Little bit of goop.
Dang, you actually locked in this game.
We're gooping. We're gooping. It's 70 out of 102. This is it. This is it. This is our max goop raid.
Max Ween. I need a Max Ween.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I
Ginny's
knew
getting
I heard someone there. They're at the elevator. One just went right.
Goop.
Oh, close.
Oh my
On you?
God. Oh my God.
He's dead.
You see that? You see that? We're gooping. We're gooping. Which I just found out like 100 energy ammo with an Aphelion.
Really? Where the fuck's that guy's
Wait,
teammates
did you
at?
kill Did you kill the second guy?
I killed 2 of them.
No. I'm to Tifu.
There was 2?
Yeah, there was a second guy that came up for a split second, but he was in the.
Oh, that's nice. That is nice. That is nice.
Maybe he just dropped down and ran away.
Whereas I'm sitting here with an equalizer and a Philion, 43 magazines.
Holy shit.
I'm pretty sure it only takes like 25 to kill this thing. And the Philion's got 49 and the equalizer has 70 durability. You take this, you take this.
Oh, yeah.
Take that, you take that. Dude, it's 18 minutes already. This is perfect matriarch time. This could be it. This is our comeback.
Get on the back and just blast it or what?
Back blast it. We could. Actually, wait, hold on. We've got the gold weapon. Should we just take it from the side OC?
This Rocketeer, we might have to kill this Rocketeer.
Go shoot it. Oh. Where's it going? Equalize! Oh, good work.
Oh, on me, below me.
Loading. Was it just one?
Yo, GG American fight.
Oh, take us on the hill.
Yeah.
Lock in.
Dead?
Good work. I'll do a little flaky on him.
Right above me.
No, he's cocking to his shit. Follow me, crew.
All dead, I think.
Was it just 2?
There's another team coming.
Who that?
They were over here. They're above
I hear
us
somebody
now.
inside. I hear somebody
Yeah,
inside.
they're
On
inside.
Peanut.
Kadinga, kablam, kabloozy, ka-chow.
On me.
Ka-cha-cha. Got him!
Nice.
Shot.
I did my part. Little bit of goop. Oh, he's dumb and poor. We got a dumb and poor up here. Alert, dumb and poor.
That guy sniping me?
I
I'm
didn't
under
see
the
your
stairs.
name at first and you scared me. He's on the stairs?
Under it, on the outside.
Dude,
Got him!
he's dead.
Guys?
Oh, there's pop. Little bit of goop. Wait, I'm telling you, this is optimal matriarch time. Everybody on the map is dead. No more spawns. We've got a ton of gold weapons.
We can't play like there's no people in this raid. There's gotta.
We just massacred an entire village.
Yes, but there can still be more.
Nah. You hear this, lady, Tifu? Jeez Louise.
Okay.
You're talking crazy. Let's get to blasting. Lock it in, boys. Oh. Its robustness is exposed.
Looking good out there, Peanut.
Thank you, sir. This is gonna mosey on back over. Can use some medical assistance if you do not mind. Thank you, good sir.
Oh my gosh. There is so much.
Retreat! Oh!
There's a lot of
Jesus
arc out here.
Christ.
Be careful.
Go to the pop arena, Tifu. Go to the pop arena. I'll take care of you. You go, Chief. I'll start taking out the clankers. Oh! Jesus Christ! I'm gonna attack from a different angle. You'll never see this one coming. Mr. Krabs is down to the left. Watch out. Take yonder! Oh! Oh! Let them have it, boys! Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Don't worry, I got my fucking affiliate assistance on.
Oh! Oh! God! Oh!
Holy fucking
Oh my God!
flashbangs. Oh, a lot of arc, a lot of
Oh,
arc.
dingle.
We gotta go back.
Oh my God. Oh my, it's, okay, well, all right. Well, I died. He stepped on me. Yeah. Follow me, gang.